is Manchester United. And their most iconic manager of all time is Sir Alex Ferguson. He literally built up the likes of Robin van Persie, but ever since he left, things haven't been easy for United. They're now being dominated by the likes of Liverpool, and no matter how many managers were brought into the club, Jose Mourinho was sacked, and even Erik Ten Hag was a joke in my opinion. And it doesn't look like there's any other manager to make Man United the best team in the world, but that's where I step in, and I'm gonna fix this club. But the board has called me in. Manchester United right now is in absolute turmoil. The club is in shambles, even the board know it, and they've not had European success since 2008. But now, boys, this is where I step in. I tell them I'm gonna reassure the status of this club in Europe. I'm gonna make them the best team in the world. But it didn't even seem like the Man United board will even believe in me. Every manager has said this. Alright guys, the Man United board has given me 2 seasons to rebuild this club. And in terms of funds, we can't really spend that much. They already signed Matthias de Ligt from the Bundesliga. He came in from Bayern Munich as a huge talent and he's doing pretty well. And we wouldn't forget about Nasser Mazraoui. But you guys already know what time it is. It's time for a squad analysis. The current manager of Manchester United is Ruben Amorim, and he's using a 3-5-2 that he used at Sporting. But remember, I'm a different manager. I'm trying to fix this team. We're going to be using our classic 4-3-3 formation, and in the striker position, Rasmus Højlund could lead us, but to be honest, I think I'm going to trust a younger Joshua Zirkzee. And don't you dare forget about the young talents that this team has absolutely built. Alejandro Garnacho, the next Lionel Messi, people are literally calling him. He literally scored a bicycle kick in the Premier League. And also, don't forget about the African Ronaldinho, Amadinho. Yup, you guessed it, it's Amad Diallo. This guy on the wing, he's good technically. He can score, he can assist, he can finish in the box. So I think for now the attack is genuinely sorted at the 3 front. We have Amad Diallo playing down on the right wing, and on the left we have Alejandro Garnacho. So with Amad Diallo and Alejandro Garnacho, the Premier League is in trouble. I'm mostly excited for Alejandro Garnacho and Zirkzee to play along each other, but now we have to move on to the midfield. And I think we all know who the main midfielder is. It's Bruno Fernandes. This guy has literally been with Man United through the worst times, and he's literally their captain. Just shows how much resilience this guy has. And then we have a young defensive midfielder here, Kobbie Mainoo. He might be 70 rated, but don't let that fool you. This guy is literally arguably the best talent to ever come out of the academy at Man United. And on top of that, he's already got a call up to the England squad. People are literally calling him the next David Beckham. Our defense is already sorted, but now we have to handle some transfer fees, and Zirkzee wants to go back to his former club. And the next David Beckham is going to Turkey for 2 more years. It's Kobbie Mainoo. He's literally gonna grow at Fenerbahce. And Christensen is going to the Villa Park for 19 million. And just like that, guys, we are up to 259 million. And to complete one of our objectives, I have my eyes on a certain Portuguese talent. And of course, guys, it has to be from Benfica, Antonio Silva. And the objective? One of them is to sign an under-24 youth prospect into this Manchester United squad. And of course, we have to complete that objective by convincing Antonio Silva to join the squad. To be fair, no one wants to join Man United because they're shambles, but Antonio Silva is taking the risk. He's coming into the club here as our new number 3. And we've sorted that for 45 million. And up next, we have to improve that midfield. Mason Mount has to get out because we're going to be signing a potential under-24 youth prospect, João Neves. He's going to be for PSG and is a huge talent. And I think he might even be a starter because he's literally so good. Back at PSG where he's wearing blue and red, this guy's reached the Champions League final. Now, what if we put him into a Manchester United kit? And to do that, we're going to need to do some absolutely insane convincing him to join the team. But that was pretty easy. So to complete our second signing of the season, we have signed João Neves for just a fee of 28.9 million. Up next, I want to sign a left back like maybe Alejandro Balde from Barca or even Udogie from Tottenham, but I realized that maybe Luke Shaw will be just fine. Two Portuguese talents, João Neves and centre-back compartment Antonio Silva. These two have completed one of our objectives. Let me basically explain the objectives. We can only spend a transfer fee of 150 million and we have to secure a double or a treble season. And we also have to win the Premier League back-to-back. Now, winning the Premier League back-to-back is going to be absolutely difficult, but we know that Manchester United have been a treble-winning season team already. But we're going to do it differently. Alejandro Garnacho is going to be part of this team, a young talent, and also Joshua Zirkzee, who I'm putting my trust in the striker compartment, and of course Amad Diallo on the right wing, and one of our midfielders, João Neves, the new number 10 of the team. And let's just say because now I'm the new manager that's been hired, things are going so well in my new 4-3-3 system. Bruno Fernandes, the captain of the team, is starting to score more goals. We're starting to give him more freedom. The team is building around him. But as for Amad Diallo, but forget about him missing that absolute sitter. We won 3-1 in our first game. And from that game performance that I literally saw, we could be a treble-winning opportunity. How are we going to win a treble when we're literally not even in the Europa League? We've been dropped to the Green Conference League. So guys, I think just like... I'm so sick right now, guys. So guys, just like that, oh my. In the Conference League, it seems like things were going well. Rasmus Højlund was assisting and Bruno Fernandes, he was taking his chances by scoring. But since the board is already being a hatchback on us, and also the media, they're somehow starting to doubt me and my instincts here at Man United. But now, boys, I told them I'm gonna remind them that we're gonna be winning the treble next season. And now it's time for the big test. A team that's always dominating Man United is Liverpool in the past years. But it didn't seem like they're gonna be dominating because we snatched a 2-1 win. Looks like the curse of Liverpool dominating is over. But now it's time to see how this team can fare out with me with the controller, because we're gonna be simulating. And now, boys, what am I seeing? Bruno Fernandes, 14 goals, 8 assists. And what? Rasmus Højlund has 13 goals? Guys, keep in mind that Rasmus Højlund was not even a starter. The player that was starting in striker was Joshua Zirkzee. And somehow Højlund came over him because Zirkzee had 11 goals and 3 assists. Disappointing. But what isn't disappointing is the Premier League, because we're first with 48 points. It seems like the treble season is evolving because we're in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup and I'm signing Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig. I genuinely think with the new signing of Xavi Simons, this team is going to have much more depth and it's going to be much more effective. And because of that, we won the Carabao Cup. And because of that, we have just won our first trophy under my management. And you guys already know what time it is. Time to put the controller down and sim all the way through the season. And what? We literally bottled the Premier League. Man City overcame us. I saw that coming, but look at the bright side. We've qualified for the Champions League, meaning season 2, we have to win it alongside the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup that we have just won. So make that 2 trophies with the Carabao Cup, and on top of that, we've just won the Conference League, and that is a domestic treble. Guys, out of nowhere, Xavi Simons up to an 84 overall, but Rasmus Højlund, 34 goals, 3 assists. This guy has come in clutch. I was not expecting him to do that. Joshua Zirkzee, what happened, my guy? Time to view our captain, Bruno Fernandes from Portugal. Looks like his stats are not that bad. 26 goals, 25 assists. Ooh. And Joshua Zirkzee dropped an absolute stink after hosting him. 16 goals, 4 assists. But what about the young talents? Alejandro Garnacho, 13 goals and 3 assists. And Amad Diallo with 8 goals and 2 assists. Xavi Simons is doing well. Next season, we have to be beware of Real Madrid because they've just won this season's Champions League. But it seems like Bruno Fernandes, the captain of this team who's been through troubles here, the main man of the team, we're going to need to renew his contract. And for that, I'm going to need to convince him that we can win the Champions League and maybe even the treble next season. And things did not start off so well immediately trying to negotiate with the captain of the team. Bruno Fernandes told me that he already had offers from Real Madrid and Barcelona coming in. But since we just won the domestic treble right now, I think it would be pretty reasonable for him to try and renew with us. We might even win the European treble next season. It was a bit difficult trying to convince him, but in the end, he signed the papers, and just like that, we have Bruno Fernandes staying at Man United for 1 more year. Taking a look at the team, to be fair, it does need a bit of improvement in that striker position. Maybe that, but we can easily strengthen that if we put Xavi Simons into that right wing spot and Amad Diallo's on the bench. But don't you worry, we have 440 million to spend, and for that, we're going to be bringing back Kobbie Mainoo, and here's why. Remember of Manuel Agarate, the CDM that was brought him from Sporting? He told me that he can no longer be here. He wants to go to Real Madrid, Barcelona, somewhere where he can win the Champions League. But I told him, just like Bruno Fernandes, we can literally succeed here if he just gives me just this season. But it didn't seem like he was buying it. And so for that, he's going to be leaving the club. But don't worry, guys. We don't even need money to spend here because Kobbie Mainoo, he's 73 rated and we're going to use him. Okay, but looking at the team though, it doesn't look really so well now. And things literally even take a detour from here. Mason Mount had asked to be transfer listed. And while each and every other single player is leaving, we still need to focus on the Manchester City game. A game that could define our season. And now, boys, I know I subbed down Amad Diallo, but he's not going to Brighton. We're not losing one of our talents. And would you look at that? Just look at the amount of players that are going to be leaving us. Lindelof is gone. Luke Shaw is gone. And even Harry Maguire. Nah, guys, everything is literally going south. How do we go from bottling the Premier League, winning some trophies, and now losing players? This is not good, especially losing them down to Liverpool. Hey, but you guys do look on the bright side. We have 612 million to spend, and this could literally change us being the rivals of Manchester City and being better than them this season. And the player who returned, Kobbie Mainoo, literally put the ball in the back of the net in the Manchester derby. And to seal things off, since I really wanted to start Rasmus Højlund, this is what he did. He managed to put that one past the Brazilian goalkeeper Edison that plays for Man City, and just like that, we have just secured a nice community shield to put in our cabinet. Now, I wouldn't really put this as part of our treble winning season because, guys, this is literally just a dinner plate. all we need is a cup to drink. And it seems like trusting in the Danish striker Rasmus Højlund was a really good thing. And of course, alongside Xavi Simons, who subbed down Amad Diallo on the right wing. And I hope everything can go well just so that we're able to win the Champions League. But the group stage, it's Bayern Munich and even Olympique Marseille from France to compete with us. And I think for that, that's where our big talents like Amad Diallo and Argentinian Alejandro Garnacho are going to be getting more game time. You guys already know what time it is. It's time to simulate through the season. And halfway through the season, we're not even doing half that bad. We're literally first in the Premier League. Last season, it wasn't the same thing. And it seems like halfway we're literally cruising. We finished second with Bayern Munich, and the round of 16, we're playing RB Leipzig, one of my favorite teams. And you know what, guys? Actually, the growth on this team is not even half that bad. Rasmus Højlund up to an 82, Simmons up to an 86. This is the guy we literally had to trust in the United Kingdom. And because of that, he has 15 goals and 7 assists. He's literally the best player halfway. And on top of that, Rasmus Højlund up to an 82 overall. Good stats. Thank God we put Xerxes on the bench. And guys, don't you dare forget about our main captain, Bruno Fernandes from Portugal. Had declining offers from Barcelona, Real Madrid, and alongside Diogo Dalot as well, doing good. Now guys, keep in mind that we have not spent a single penny ever since we had the money. The 612 million. So the board literally didn't want me to sign anyone, but I convinced them. So for that, I signed a new left back. Remember, I was supposed to sign Alejandro Garnacho or Destiny Udogie? Well, forget about those two. We're signing arguably the best left back in the world, Alejandro Garnacho. And he's coming from Barca for 70 million. And hopefully with this new additional signing, maybe we might just be able to win the Champions League. Because for that, we're going to be simulating through the season. And on the final day of the Premier League, remember how we failed to win back-to-back Premier Leagues? Yeah, we can of course just cancel that right now because we have just won our first ever Premier League after bottling it last season. We literally went first, then finished second, all for nothing. But now the hard work has paid off. All the trust in the players, putting down Xerxes, Simmons on the right wing for Diallo. We've now won the Prem. And on top of that, to make things proud for this team, we have reached the Champions League final. Something I didn't even think we'd be able to do. But it's not going to be easy because we're playing against our rivals, Manchester City. And we know what they did last season. They overtook Man United and they won the Prem. And the Champions League final was going according against Man City. We were literally putting on the pressure against them. And finally, a certain someone found the deadlock. And out of all players, it was an underrated Amad Diallo. And guys, may we just clap hands to an underrated Andre Onana in post. Wow. And to extend the one goal, it's of course Xavi Simons who actually replaced Amad Diallo, who actually scored in this game as well. But Man City immediately responded. But there was no use in that, guys. We won 3-2. Bruno Fernandes also scored a goal at some point. And just like that, all that we've built here at Manchester United has of course come to an end. Players like Amad Diallo, Alejandro Garnacho, Xerxes, you dropped an absolute stinker. Every single one of them have helped us win the Champions League with Man United. We've officially made them the best team in the world. Well, if you guys thought this was difficult, you should probably watch me recreate every single iconic free kick of Cristiano Ronaldo in FC24. Click here to watch that.